let's talk about creating content when you're disabled or you have a chronic illness, chronic pain, anything that limits your energy. If you aspire to be a content creator, but you're thinking, I can't give my energy into that, I can't be consistent, blah, blah, blah. I hear you, but as somebody who is a content creator and has done it, these are just some tips that I've learned along the way. So hopefully this is helpful. I've got 5 tips, so let's get straight into it. Number 1, I'm practicing what I'm preaching. Be comfy. Now, it's quite difficult to be your natural self on camera because often we're told, like, we've got to be glam or we've got to make sure we look our best. But actually, I think people connect with you better when you are just yourself. Obviously, if you enjoy glamming up, like I've got a bit of makeup on, but I'm in my PJs, I'm comfy, I'm cozy, I've got my cup of tea, like, it's just about being the comfiest self you can be, so that you're not thinking, oh, I want to film, but like, CBA to be getting ready for hours. So that's something that I do, just to, be myself, and I'm more likely to film because I've got the energy because I'm just being myself. So that's the first thing that I would recommend. And if you find that daunting as well, I would just say practice. I've got another video about being confident on camera, which I'll try and pull a little tag thing up there. But yeah, it just takes practice, and I think it's about like being confident enough in yourself that you can show up as who you are and not who you think you should look like. Bit hashtag deep, but that's me. The second tip is make the most of the energy that you've got. Now, I'm a bit of a blogger for this because if I've got the energy, I'll do a few videos and then I might post like 3 TikToks in one day because I think, oh, I've got the energy. But actually, what I do now, which is a lot smarter, is hold back 2 of the TikToks and save them either for the bad days where I think, oh my god, I can't post anything today, or I just save it for like the next day so that I've got a rest day in between. It's really easy to get excited, and I still do this, where I'm like, oh my god, I'll post them all in one day. But be clever, look after yourself, save the content, and then you've got more time to create even more, and you've got a bit of a delay, if that makes sense. If you're being really clever, you could, and if you've got enough energy, you could actually have a day. It depends how many hours you have of energy, but if you have a few hours of energy, you could film, 2 videos, 3 videos, depends how you're feeling. And like for YouTube, I post once a week because I feel like for me that's a reasonable thing to be able to do. So I'll tell you a little secret. I filmed 2 videos today. One a few hours earlier and one now, and now it's the evening time. So I've used, and I've not got loads of energy today, I've just got a little bit. So that's 2 weeks worth for me of videos in one day. So I feel really productive today, and I feel like, it's content that I would watch myself, and it's been done in a way that's relaxed. I've not used up too much energy. So just get to know your body and like how best to use that energy in a way that you can be consistent and you don't start something that you just can't continue with, because that is very easily done as well. The third tip is more for like shorts or TikToks or Instagram reels, but don't be afraid to reuse clips. So for example, I do a lot of like voiceovers where I might be doing my makeup and I might do like a speeded up time lapse, like a fast time lapse of me doing my makeup. And one day I might do a voiceover about one topic while that's playing, and then another I might use a clip of that and another clip and merge them together. Like very rarely, no one's going to be like, she used that clip a month ago. Like, no one's going to do that. And if they do, they're not a real supporter of your work anyway. And I do this a lot. You probably noticed in my shorts that I take sounds that are trending and I use me rolling because it's very hard for me to get clips of me out and about if I'm not with someone. So it's very rare to get videos of me just out in public. So the ones that I've got, I reuse over and over again. And again, the people that support you might recognise it. They might be like, oh yeah, that's from that time she went to that place. But who actually cares? As long as you get the message out of what you're trying to say, I say reuse it. And that is a really good top tip that I think I'm just going to keep doing and doing. So with the fourth tip is something that you need to think about, and it doesn't suit everyone. But with disabilities, chronic illnesses, people with chronic pain, like, there are going to be bad days. That there's going to be days that you don't want to create content, and that's completely understandable. But what I would recommend is if you feel able to, maybe not on the day, but like when you do have the energy in that moment, creating content about that is actually really relevant to a lot of people. I think it's hard for disabled people to find people that they connect with. So what I'm trying to say is I think people think on the bad days, I can't create content because I'm no good in this state. But actually, people find people interesting who they can relate to. So sometimes, I don't do it all the time, but sometimes if I'm aching or I'm in pain, like, I have got videos, spend a low energy day with me, or describing what it's like to break a bone, or if I'm aching. And people are interested, like, people like real lives. So I guess this is just like motivation that you don't have to be at your best all the time, but also you don't have to like exploit your bad days. Like, I'm not saying make content because people love people having a shit time. Like, it's more just the fact that don't think that your worst is not viewable, because if you feel able to share things, you never know who you might connect with. I hope that makes sense, but that's something that I've learned a lot as I'm building, especially building an audience on TikTok and YouTube. I think Instagram, I don't know, there's different vibe on Instagram, but definitely TikTok and YouTube. I'm starting to get a community of people that I can definitely relate with. But give it a go. See what you think. It might not be for you, but if you feel like, actually, there might be a message about today and how I'm feeling that other people can relate to, see what happens. And the fifth one is kind of wrapping up everything that I've said, and that is find your community. So if you've got that beginning feeling that I said right at the start of, I couldn't be a content creator because, I can't be consistent, or I'm not like everyone else. Literally, find your community, because you will find people that 100% whack my face on the cup. You will find people that relate to you. Might not be 100%, it might be 80%, 70%, or it might be a caregiver that knows someone that's like you. Like, if you have doubts about, oh, people won't want to hear what I say, that might come across through filming. So really work on, why do you want to share what you want to share? And you do, as cringy as it is, you have to believe in yourself a little bit. You have to know that the reason why you're doing this is because either you want to find people like you, or you want to give advice to the younger version of yourself. Like, really think about why you're doing it. And with that, then you'll stop thinking about the numbers. You'll stop getting obsessive about analytics. And it's just about enjoying it. And when you start getting those comments, I mean, for me, that really is true. When you start seeing the same people come up in your comments and, tell their experiences or share their side, and it starts to become a real community. I think that then helps with that beginning feeling of nobody wants to hear someone like me, or I can't keep up with everyone else, because those are the people that want to hear from you, and they don't care about consistency or whatever, because they come here for you, and yeah, they want to hear from you, but no one's going to be like, where are you? Like, people who understand chronic illness and health and stuff like that will just be here when you're here. So find your people that are going to cheer you on, and hopefully the more you hear from people and the more that you start to see this community, the more you believe in yourself. Cheesy, I know, I can't help it. I'm a cheesy girl. I like people supporting people, So I hope that's helpful. I don't know if that's just a load of rubbish that I've spouted, but they are genuine tips that I think really help when you are disabled and you've got limited energy. But the main thing is just start it. You don't have to tell anyone. Just start giving it a go. You can do it on a random account. You can just test it out, see if anyone comments, see if anyone starts liking your stuff. But don't give up too soon. Like, don't do it for a day and think, oh, no one's commented, because it takes ages. It takes a very long time. Anyway, that could be a whole different video. But let me know if you find this stuff interesting. I can definitely do more if that's something you would enjoy. Give it a like if you liked it. And comment any other questions you've got in terms of creating content, if that does interest you. But if it doesn't, don't worry, I'll do another topic next week. So, I'll see you next Sunday. Thank you for watching. Bye!